Hi everybody and welcome back to Reading Time with Miss Nunn. Today I've decided to come and read our story in a wardrobe. I'm sure you all have a wardrobe at home and I thought, why not? You can read a story in the bath. If you can read a story in the bed or in the garden, why can't you read a story in a wardrobe? So I've moved my things apart so you can see all my beautiful patterned clothes. Look at all of those. And we're going to read our story in, it's quite comfortable actually, the wardrobe. Lots of nice comfy clothes to swing against. Why don't you try and find a similar wardrobe where you can read your own book? Now today I've chosen a story about a very comfortable, or wants to be comfortable, slug, because all he wants is a hug. Slug wants a hug. Slug needs a hug is what this story is called. Let's see if he ever gets one. Why do you think he needs a hug? I don't know. Maybe you do. Let's find out if it tells us. Slug needs a hug. Once upon a timey, there was a little slimy, spotty, shiny, whiny slug. Lots of adjectives there. He was wet and weedy, very, very needy, and always greedy for a hug. I think it might also be a rhyming book, this one. See if you can spot the rhyming words as I read this story. His mummy didn't hug him. It began to bug him, and he wondered why, oh why. Is she never snuggly? Because I am so ugly, said Sluggy with a soggy little sigh. Do you think that's the reason why she's not hugging him? He spoke to other creatures with very different features and asked them what they thought he ought to do to make himself more huggable, less slivery and sluggable. But sadly, Sluggy didn't have a clue. Oh no. Perhaps if you were furrier and fluffier and purrier, said Kitten, then your mum would hug you tight. So Slug put on a woolly hat with a picture of a cat on and a furry jacket just in case she might. Do you think Mummy's going to hug her now? She looks very fluffy and purry to me. You look funny, chummy. If you want a hug from Mummy, said Bird, you need some feathers and a beak. Piglet roared with laughter. Ha 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 ha! If it's hugs the slug is after, he needs trotters and a tail and a squeak. Oh my goodness, look at poor Slug. He's turning into quite a creature. With trotters, tail and coat, and beak and feathers, Slug met Goat, who told him that he looked a little weird. You don't want a hug, my friend. You need horns stuck on the end, and get yourself a handsome goatee beard. Goatee beard. Maybe your daddy has a goatee beard. Like him, look at his, just at the end. Slug did as Goat suggested, and he sensibly invested in some horns and a moustache made out of string. Moth looked aghast, which means she looked shocked, and muttered, and he whispered as he fluttered, Slug, you need some wings, you silly little thing. Wow, do you think he's going to get some wings too? I'm not sure it's going to help him much. Slug made himself a pair. He couldn't fly into the air. His wings were scarlet petals from a rose. Although he smelled delightful, Fox declared that he looked frightful, and he'd never get a hug without a nose. But he's already got a beak. How's he going to fit a nose on? Should I lose my beak? Thought Slug. If I really want a hug, would Mummy love me more with just a snout? There was very little space to wear them both upon his face, but Sluggy did, in case of any doubt. Oh, look, he's now got two things on his nose. A beak and a snout. He does look a little bit strange, doesn't he? I wouldn't say he looks weird, because that's not very nice, but he does look a little bit strange. Slug gazed into the brook at his astonishing new look and barely recognised his own reflection. If she doesn't hug you now, then she never will, said Cow, and she gave the slug a head-to-tail inspection. Do you think Mummy's going to hug him? I really hope so. He's put a lot of effort in, hasn't he? Hoping Cow was right, Slug chugged slowly home that night to show his mum his fabulous disguise. But after all he'd done, she didn't recognise her son. "Mother, it is me," said Slug. "Surprise!" She doesn't look too happy. If she doesn't recognise her son, is she going to give him a hug? "But I love you as you are. You're the sweetest slug by far," said Ma. "You have been very greatly missed. You're beautiful and charming. If I could, I'd hug you, darling. But alas, I had no arms, and so they kissed." Oh, so why did Mother not ever give the son a hug? Because she had no arms. Wow. And actually, we are really fortunate that we do have arms, so that we can hug our mummies and our daddies and our brothers and our sisters and our cats and our dogs and our hamsters and our squirrels, whatever we want to hug. You have any squirrels in your house? So actually, because we are so fortunate that we are able to hug the people that we love, maybe we should be giving them more hugs, particularly in this time when we're not really sure what's going on. I think that's a lovely book. I hope you've enjoyed that too with me. Have a lovely week, everybody, and I'll see you next time for more Reading Time with Miss Nunn. Bye-bye.